Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be closing out paycheck number 2 for the month of October and also going over our cashless spending. So we're going to jump right on into it. If you are new to my channel, welcome. If you are not new, welcome back. My name is Janelle. I'm a wife and a mother of one. We are expecting our second child in the next 3 weeks, y'all. And it's getting down and dirty. But on here, I do all things cashless budgeting. So if that is something that you're interested in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. So we're going to go over to my spending and let's talk about that, you guys, because it was a crazy week, okay? So we're going to be looking at the 10th through the 16th. So we're first going to start off with my husband getting gas for $22.45. And then he bought himself a snack for $9.24. I got it was a little treat for myself. I wanted a coffee and their blueberry muffin. And then that next day, I had got some McDonald's. And then on the 14th, I also got some McDonald's. And then on the 14th, I bought some, that's why I got McDonald's on the 14th. It's because we went to my doctor's appointment. Excuse me, y'all. Sorry. My doctor's appointment, and I wanted to eat McDonald's instead of what I had at home. Hey. I just got 3 weeks left, y'all. And then Walmart, I did a grocery delivery for a few things because we were running out of things. We're all talking about it, y'all. But the money I spend for groceries is not what I'm getting. And so, I think that I'm going to have enough and everything will be okay. And then in the middle of the week, we're out of everything. And then I had Starbucks again, y'all, on the 16th. And then I did some Amazon spending. I spent $42.64. And I'm trying to remember what I spent. I'm trying to see if I have any notes anywhere. $42.64. What did I order? Oh, you know what? Nope, I don't remember, y'all. It's going to come to me later. And then that was it. And the reason why I said it's going to come to me later was because you guys will see in a second where I also had money come out for kids in that, in this same order. I'm just trying to figure out what I spent. Oh, you know what I did, y'all? So I bought some pumpkins and paint. Probably should have came out of kids. I don't remember where it came out. But I had got that so that for the weekend, baby girl could have a little activity to do for the fall because I'm not able to do a whole lot. And then I did buy myself 2 fall decor things that I want to be able to put in our house. And that's probably the only fall thing that we will get. But I really wanted them, and they were very affordable. So that's what happens. But y'all see where we're at. We started at $1,172.87, and we're only at $441.15. And I still have 3 more weeks in the month left. I don't know what we're going to do, but I am looking at this and saying, man, we are going to be over budget. And it's wild because a lot of it is really groceries. If you look, groceries has been the biggest thing for us. And I was watching another YouTuber talk about this as well. And I'm like, yeah, it is getting crazy out here. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and add up what we spent for the week. I was going to use this, but it looks like we were already writing in a color similar to that. So we will write in a different color. And so the way that my expense tracker works, if you are new to my channel, is I just put all the money into our Ally checking account. It allows you to have buckets. So I have one bucket that just says spending, and that's where the money goes. And then and I use my credit card to buy all of our things. And then each week when I come in here and reconcile with you guys, I go ahead and, I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm so sorry. It was another yawn. Reconcile with you guys. I just go and pay the money out of that specific account, because with Ally and their checking, not their savings, and their checking buckets, it allows you to code different payments. So I have like all of my credit cards coded to spending. So whenever I pay something out of that checking account, it automatically allocates and comes out of that spending account, which I love so, so much. And so that's how it's been working for me, since I am not using my debit card at this moment, because I'm not allowed to drive or do anything. So that's just where we are. So, but I still like to track and see what I'm spending in these 4 categories, because it really does help me just to see where my spending is going. We don't have a huge budget to go in there, so I still need to be mindful and intentional about what we are spending. So for week 2, which was October 10th through the 16th, I did already write it down here to save us all of the drama. I spent $262.46. And so we'll do 220.37 plus 262.46. So far we have spent $482.83 on groceries. Next is going to be gas. And that was at $22.45. And so we are going to do $47.68 plus $22.45. So we've spent $70.13 on gas. Household, we did not spend anything this week. So we are still just at $35 spent. And then for spending, we spent $98.31. So we'll do 45 plus 98.31. And this will be $143.76 that we have spent so far in spending. And then we're going to add all of this up. So plus 22.45 plus 262.46. So this week I have spent $428.67. And that is just where we are. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I'm be very honest. I don't know if it will show on here, but I might need to take some money between our buffer and our rainy day funds to cover some bulk purchase or a bulk purchase, because originally I thought that I'll be able to cover that here, but that's not how it's coming out. And I thought I would just wait until the beginning of November, but as we speak, I am on my last paper towel. I thought I had more time. And then I'm like, I'm not just going to buy paper towel, because we also need toilet paper. And then I made a list of all of the other things. So I may just go ahead and bulk buy those things and leave that off to the side. And I'm projecting that I'm going to get another big check at the end of the month. And I may just use that money to just pay that portion off, because it's just not in the budget. We'll see exactly what happens, but that is kind of what I'm looking at for October. Honestly, if I didn't have to pay so much in groceries, we would have been okay, but this is just where we are. This is real life. And so that's just what we're looking at. Now over to our operating account. So on the 10th, we got income of $550. We paid our electric bill and our utilities bill. And then we also paid out for our sinking funds and our savings, which left us at $35.07 for the ending of that week. So now we're going to go over to my actual paycheck tracker, and we're going to get all into the numbers. So I did want to talk about this really quickly. So these were all of my expenses for this week that I spent in our sinking funds. I still do have my sinking funds tracker like over here. It's just that I also want to have them over here. I really don't like wasting pages, and I felt like this was probably the best way to use this page. So on the 16th, we had kids. I'm trying to remember because now that I'm talking to y'all, I'm going to pull out my my computer and see what the order was, because I'm just very much so curious about what it was that I bought. So, okay, here we go. So for the kids, we bought baby girl 2 more books. And then we got these like sunshade things to put in my car for her and baby girl. And then I got some postpartum things that I took out of kids. And then the other money that I spent in spending came from the 2 household things like decor that I decided to buy. So that's what it was, y'all. Because I was like, what did I spend the money on? Okay, so at least now we know what it was for. And then I took another $103.50 out because this was for my maternity dress, baby girl's like bow and something else for our maternity photos. And so that was due. So it was $103.50. The lady did an amazing job. She literally had to build my dress from nothing because the dress was smaller than what it needed to be. So she had to like redo the entire dress. So we had that come out. And then I think I talked about this. I don't know how I missed it, but my husband in September, which y'all could tell that time is really passing me by and I'm not realizing it, went to Lowe's, and it didn't even dawn on me that he charged the Lowe's card to change out our water filter. And I think I talked about this in another video, but it was charged to the Lowe's card, but because there wasn't any money owed to it in September, there was no whatever. So it's not until October, like around the 16th, it's like, hey, you owe $30 on this balance. And I'm like, what? So then I like asked my husband, he's like, yeah, I thought we like, yeah. And I'm like, I'm pregnant. I don't know what's going on. So we also spent that for our water filter. So that will get covered out of the home maintenance. But those were just the 3 things that was spent out of our sinking funds. And then as you'll just see over here, what makes it easy for me is in my Ally savings account, I don't have my sinking funds labeled out per sinking funds. It's just one lump sum. I just have sinking funds and all of the money goes into there. So that's why I track it this way. Because as long as that sinking funds account says 3185.36, then I've taken out the right amount of money and all of the things. So I also track it this way because it just makes it easier for me when I'm doing my checks and balances each week. Okay, so enough about that. Oh, sorry, y'all. Just doing all the things. Let's get into our actual numbers. So I do want to talk about this really quickly because I don't know what I was on when I put this here to budget, but it was not the correct number. So I actually need to go back here really quick and it should be 148.09. Okay, that I rolled over. So we have 148.09, and then we had our income of 550. And then we'll add that up. So 550 plus 148.09 equals 698.09. And I was so confused because I try to give my budget a little bit more attention since I am working from home. And I was just like, these numbers are not adding up. They are not adding up. Of course they weren't adding up because that was not what was supposed to roll over. So we had our two fixed expenses, which was our utilities, which is our water, trash, sewage, and our exorbitant tax fees. That actually came out to 180, I think 82. Yeah. So 180.82, and then electric is 235. Okay, so we are going to add that up at 180.82 plus 235, and that is going to come out to 415.82. We did not do anything for variables. We did go ahead and stuff our sinking funds and savings for a total of $248. And because of what we really had, we did not actually pay anything to our loan. So that was zero. So now we're just going to go through 698.09 minus 415.82 is 282.27. Then we have 282.27 minus 248, and that leaves us with 34.27. And this is 34.27. And then so we were actually remaining 34.27. And I feel like the number is off by some change. So we're going to go back and check this really quickly. And sorry, y'all, if you hear me sniffing, it is a part of pregnancy. So, let's see. 698.09 minus 415.82. So let's go back here and see if I was doing the math correctly over here. So 698.09, sorry y'all, minus 180.82 minus 2, oh yeah, I did, because y'all saw, hold on, let's go back, let's see if let's go back. Okay, so that's where I need to fix it. So 698.09 minus 180.82 is 517.27. So we'll go here. So we'll do 517.27 minus 235 is going to be 282.27 minus 187 is 95.27, and then minus 61 is 34.27. So perfect. Now we have that correct, 34.27, and then our income for our checking account is 34.27. This is why I love having a tracker, because I can catch these in real time on a weekly basis and not like at the end of the month if there needs to be a correction or anything like that. But y'all, that is it for week 2's check-in. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me how your week 2 has gone, if you track weekly or if you do a mid-month check-in. And I'll see you guys in the next one.